What's the difference between wishful thinking and true knowing? I'm appreciative of where I stand for this reason and this reason and this reason and this reason. From where you are, if you would just spend 2 or 3 days, maybe even a week, just really emphasizing the appreciation you feel about the bounce that you're getting from the place that you are, it would be enough to kick this into gear and off you would go. It's not figuring out anything. Stop trying to figure it out. It's about the vortex has it figured out. You just have to find a way to get into the vortex. The vortex is done. You've already figured it out. All the cooperative components have already been assembled. You're the last holdout, you see. And the reason that you and almost everybody else is the last holdout is because you're trying to figure it out. Just can't get there from there. And when you stop and say, I don't have to figure it out. I've already figured it out. I put my request over there. The universe that creates worlds, the energy that creates worlds has already figured it out. All I got to figure out is how to get in the vortex. That's all I got to figure out. So the question is, do I have to find the perfect work? Do I have to find the perfect money? Do I have to find the perfect purpose in order to be in the vortex? Or can I find a way to be in the vortex and then the perfect will show itself to me? That's the way it works, you see. So what am I figuring out? I'm figuring out how to go from specifically to generally and from negative to positive. I'm figuring out that I want to feel good. I'm figuring out that the vortex is real and that it's already got it going on. I'm figuring out that the law of attraction is really my friend that is reflecting back to me how I feel. I'm figuring out that I'm good at this. I'm figuring out that I'm sensitive to emotion. I'm figuring out that my emotions never betray me. I'm figuring out that my inner being is already standing there in the fulfillment of all that I'm reaching for. I know that I'd rather feel good than not feel good. There's so much that I've figured out, but I can't figure this out because there are too many moving parts. So I'm going to stop trying to figure it out and trust the vortex to figure it out. And I'm going to do my work, which is to get into the vortex. Don't you love knowing that you get to create how you feel because you get to create the thoughts you think and that the manifestation will then reflect it back to you in real time? Don't you love knowing? Haven't you sometimes thought that what manifestations are down the road relationships or down the road businesses or down the road success or down the road empires or down the road improved bodily conditions? In other words, I want to lose 40 pounds. Well, hopefully that's going to be down the road. Because if you lose it today, it's going to hurt. So don't you love knowing that so many of these manifestations seem like these big pinnacle points, and that what manifestation also means is it also means what I'm rendezvousing with from my memory. It also means the timing I'm going to have when the phone rings, whether the person that I'm picking up the phone and meeting with is the person that I really want to talk to. In other words, matching vibration, manifesting evidence of what I'm doing vibrationally. So we are eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. There is nothing that is off limits. But it is our desire to reflect to you the perspective of your source about each and everything that you are wondering about. Because if we can ramble in a pleasing enough way today that you give us your mostly undivided attention, and by the way, you're doing extremely well so far, you will begin to resonate with the vibration of the source within you to the degree that you will, for the time that you're focused here with us, hold the knowing that your source holds. And when that happens to you, all things that you desire not only feel possible, but are possible. Because the only thing that gets in the way between you and something you want is a vibrational pattern, a habit of thought. That's what beliefs are. Chronic thinking that disallows the manifestation. So what is a manifestation? What is a manifestation? A manifestation is your ability to perceive. That's really all a manifestation is. Say, oh, well, that car in my garage is much more than my perception. I'm pretty sure, as I punch it with my fist, that it is substance. I'm pretty sure that it was created somewhere, that there were pieces of it brought together and put together, and that it exists as a creation that is far more than my perception. And we say, that would not be accurate. Everything that is only is because it is perceived. And when you are able to alter your perception, then the manifestation follows suit with that perception. So it's interesting as we visit with you, because on the one hand, we're saying to you, look around your world and find things that are positive aspects to focus upon. And on the other hand, we're saying to you, but don't get too hung up in the what is, or it will bind you and won't allow the change that you want. So it's fascinating to watch you, because as you romp through this contrast, you're coming up with constant new ideas of what would be better. And at the same time, often not allowing yourself to move in the direction of the change that you desire, only because your attention to what is more dominant than your ability to hold your thoughts on what is currently unseen. So what is the magic potion here? What's the trick, Abraham? How do I observe reality just enough to foster more, but how do I not observe it so much that I lock myself in to an unchanging world? And we say, well, don't worry about locking yourself into an unchanging world, because there are new ones coming in whose perceptions are entirely different. In other words, every new perceiver that comes in perceives the world differently and sort of waters down the mix of reality that you all have going on. That's what you call generation gap. We call it the wonderful influx of new perspective. But we want you to understand that you don't have to wait to be born again, or you don't have to wait to hang around with some new kid who just got here, although it would be good for you to hang around with some new kid who just got here and listen to his worldview as you try to convince him how troublesome the world is, and he tries to convince you that no, it isn't. You don't have to wait around for your new worldview as you are born again. You don't have to wait around for someone else to spend enough time with you that they convince you that life really is better than you have been recently allowing yourself to believe that it is. Because you have a perspective of your inner being that is available to you right here, right now, if you will tune yourself to the resonance of it, you see.